We already knew just from like personal knowledge most of the restaurants in Barnsley, and sort of included sort of the countries that they were from. En Barnsley, il y a beaucoup de restaurants. Curry, Italian.
We're doing about l'établissement, and like we've just like put some pictures on and some information about what it can cause, and like saying that just like facts about it. We've put like l'établissement is like one thing, then we've put like 3 slides with different facts on, and then we've just put a picture with it write like different facts in like in French and the English, and we just add them on. It says un tiers des adolescents et jeunes femmes fument in France, which is saying like female, a third of them smoke in France. And it's all because I want to keep the figure.
Well, we've got about 7 slides on smoking, which is just giving you like a background information on smoking and how many smokers average are in France and what the health risks are of smoking, everything like that. We've been doing some background research.
We've researched a lot of the facts online.
And we did a French essay and we got marked on it, and we put it into a presentation, so then we can present
And then we've
it.
sort of like adapted some of the facts from his essays and added them to the slideshow.
So they're using resources that are there, that they've got, that they can access at home. They're not having to go to a library, they've got it all on the internet. And I would say that even though a lot of the students don't have all of the packages on their computers, I would say 90% of them, 99%, have a computer with the internet on. So that's a resource that we have to say, right, we'll use it. What can you get out of that?
We found a list of French-speaking countries. A lot of them are in Africa, and that's because that's where the French colonised, but you don't think of Africa speaking French. And then we went on one that sounded interesting, which is Burkina Faso, because no one else has done that. And then we're on the French Wikipedia for Burkina Faso, and now we're finding information about it. Then we're using Google Translate to turn it into English so that we know what it's saying. And then we're taking some of the French and putting it into this video about Burkina Faso.
You could equally just say, right, well, here's some pictures, let's cut them out and put, you know, right underneath as if it was a storyboard. But the difference is that you're using technology and websites that our students use all the time. That's what they grow up with. They've grown up in a digital world. I didn't grow up in that world, but they have, and it draws them in much more quickly, basically. It's interactive. The fact that they're just sitting at a computer screen, choosing what they want, I think that's really important because it gives them a sense of ownership, of, oh, actually, I want to talk about this. And it's just more powerful than them opening a textbook at page 15 and going, all right, well, you know. And it's also really up to date. It's fingertip, isn't it? You're there and you want to know something and bam, it's immediately there. And I think also that's the kind of culture that these students are growing up with. If you want the information, you want it now.
Here, they're using an inter-school social network site to communicate with French-speaking students around the world.
It's one of my pen pals that from France that I want to get in touch with to see what their food like. And I got in touch with 2 people and found out about some stuff in France.
They talk to you in English, and then you talk to them in French, so you get to practice your French and they practice their English.
Where's this person from?
Reunion Island in... Where's that?
It's off Africa. You should ask her about what food she eats in Reunion, because it's completely different, like typical dishes to what you get in France, even though they speak French. The idea of it's fantastic because this kind of website is a way of bringing it to life. It's real people that the students are corresponding with, and they can see pictures of them. And I think that for the students is quite, I think it's key, you know, oh God, it's actually a spoken language and these people are real, and oh, I've sent a message and I'm getting a message back.
Where's the message that she sent back?
I sent something like, what do you do at the weekend?
Oh, okay.
If you don't include ICT or some form of technology in your lessons where you are not up to date with where our students are, they are way beyond that. And I think you have to be giving that in lessons, because otherwise we're not moving forwards with the times. I think we need, as schools, we need to be leaping ahead where actually perhaps we're just dragging our feet.
Today's lesson, or in fact a series of lessons that led up to today, were all about developing speaking skills and specifically focusing on pronunciation and clarity and getting the children to speak. And the problem with doing that in MFL is that when you've said something in a classroom, it's very hard to go back and actually do anything with it because it's out there in the ether. So in terms of assessment for learning, speaking is very, very difficult to help learners progress. Big picture then for this lesson today. You're going to use your knowledge of French to create an audio-visual presentation on Haiti.
Before they start on their presentation, Chris gets his class to establish their own criteria for success.
What are our success criteria going to be to make this really good?
Fluency.
Fluency, brilliant.
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
It's like, it's got to be loud so like so you can hear it.
What we're going to call that? Clear, isn't it? So it's clear and loud.
Try and use complex sentences.
Excellent, well done. Let's go.
The finished presentation will be about aspects of life in Haiti and the effect of the 2010 earthquake.
That was like the first plan we made, because like it's like a mind map about what we were like, just like jotting down what we were going to write about in our script and stuff, and it was just like our first ideas going on.
The next stage is to assemble their images and text onto a video editing timeline.
You just drag and drop them on. It's really simple software to use, and then you can change the colours of them. You can put effects on things. It's simple, really.
We're doing the history of it, and we're doing a little bit about before the earthquake and after the earthquake. We're going to record our voices and put it into the movie, and certainly describe the pictures in French.
Tremblement. Tremblement de terre.
Malheureusement.
Malheureusement.
They then record what they've previously written about the subject.
Je suis un enfant d'Haïti. Je me réveille, je sens les fois.
J'arrive à l'école et je pense que c'est ennuyeux. C'est toi le français.
J'ai faim parce que je n'ai pas à manger.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Daniel et j'ai 14 ans.
We've just done the recording, now we're going to upload it to Audacity and check and get all the wrong bits out.
So you go, project import audio. We'll try number 3. And that should be it.
Using this software, they can edit their sound recording to improve what they've done.
It sounds okay. It does. It sounds better than the others.
So I just editing it to make sure we get rid of all the mistakes.
Like taking all the gaps that we've missed and all the words I've misread and then recording them again, then copying them in.
But in terms of actually editing anything out, the only thing that you've missed out is here. You've skipped that line there, and you've gone straight from en Haïti, le tremblement de terre.
Right, there's still a little bit at the beginning that we can delete, isn't that? Okay. Yeah, that's probably the best we're going to get it, do you think, yeah?
The use of the different technologies, so things like Audacity and Photo Story, the generation of children that we have now, it's second nature to them. They're absolutely immersed in this all the time at home.
Once we've tidied it up, we're going to put it into a little movie maker presentation here, which has got pictures of all the stuff which has happened in Haiti.
We're going to drag the speech into the timeline, which will add it to our movie. And then we can now make the pictures smaller to fit in with our speech. And then it should be done after that. It's good because it's like something different. So that's quite good. It's not that hard to use either.
If you make any mistakes, like says there on Audacity, you can just cut it and trim it. I mean, when I speak French, I've got like little pauses in between each word because I'm not that fluent, to be honest. And I just go into here and cut it as small as I can. When you put it together, it sounds fluent. So it helps a lot. When you're talking normally, you can't really pick up if you said something wrong. Sometimes if you're concentrating, you can say something by an accident and don't realise that you said it. If you use the microphones, you can play it back and then know that you've done something wrong, and you can re-record if you need to.
You could listen to what you'd recorded, and then you could like hear what you've said, and if that was one word you knew you'd said wrong, like you picked it up straight away. So it was helping you like listen out for like bits that have gone wrong and stuff like that, and improving like not your vocabulary but like how you say it.
But how is the students' work monitored and assessed?
To make sure that they stayed very structured in their approach to creating this product, we set up an e-learning portfolio, what we call a raffle, which is it's real assessment for learning, and it's basically just a checklist or sort of some success criteria which we give the children to work through, including saying I can, and then a skill they're developing because I have, and what they've actually done to do it, and also a space for them to upload evidence so that they can evidence the steps they're taking and the progress they're making in the learning. So that keeps it nice and structured.
On the first one, we did like a spider diagram of all our ideas, and we had to upload it to here, and that's like our research focus. And then the next one is like to draft a script, but we can't upload anything because we did our scripts in my books, so we don't upload anything there. And then the next one is where you edit in Audacity. So like you can upload your Audacity file that you had, so I'll upload that now. So then you insert audio.
If I now go and view this as the mentor, because I'm a mentor for this class, and I can then open up the evidence that she's uploading her portfolio, so I can check just to make sure that that's being done. I can then look at the quality of that piece of work. So all of the evidence just gets goes up into the sky, into their portfolios, and then I can access it anywhere I've got a web access, so I can do this at home as well.
The final one's the most important one, which is your final presentation. Upload to the internet into a link. So now when Sir clicks on our profiles, you can see that we've uploaded the video and everything, and you can click on the link and watch the video. And then in the little progress box, you've just got to click on the smiley faces, which one you want. What do you think we are?
Green, probably.
Yeah. Because we met the success criteria, and then that's that finished.
Obviously, at the end of the day, learning a language is about communication, and a lot of the time it's about speaking. And that's something that I think we need to develop, and we need to use ICT as a tool.
Go back a bit, back there.
Well, because technology changes so rapidly, but pedagogy, and excellent and outstanding pedagogy, stays the same in many ways. It's only a tool.